Are you thinking about moving to Galveston, but you're just not sure where to start? Well, today I've got you covered because in today's video, it's all going to be about discovering Galveston Island. You'll be able to determine if this area is right for you. So stick around because today I'm going to share some great ways to learn about Galveston neighborhoods and about living in Galveston. This is the #1 channel for everything you need to know about how to live, work, and play on Galveston Bay. So first, if you found any of my videos helpful, or if you're new to the channel, please smash that subscribe button, click that little bell. You'll get notified every time we put up a new video. Hi, my name is Shari Hensley and I'm a realtor living and working on Galveston Bay. People reach out to me and my team just like you. They're looking for areas and places to live in. So give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. However you want to get a hold of us, we've got you covered when moving to Galveston Bay. Now, I've discovered so many wonderful things about living in Galveston since moving here about 7 years ago. So I thought this would be a great way for people moving to the area to explore. If you've recently moved to the area, I'd love your feedback and input too. Just comment below. The #1 thing you have to do before deciding to move to Galveston is to plan a great visit and discover exactly why so many people are choosing to call Galveston Island home. Now, the first thing I do on your visit is take a very slow, scenic tour all around town. Just meander and take in all the sights. Now, you probably came down I-45, which turns into Broadway or Avenue J. So continue to drive down all the way to the seawall where you're forced to take a left or a right. Take a left and head down where the road ends and the ships pass in the harbor. Now, I want you to come back down the seawall and head west. And you're going to see entertainment, condos, hotels, motels, shops, restaurants, bars, souvenirs, duck tours, pedal bike rental shops, surf shops, golf cart rentals, grocery stores, and beautiful views of the Gulf. Beach umbrellas, people spending time on the beach with family, chillaxing, and those warm tropical breeze blowing. You're going to see historic hotels and stunning luxury resorts and conference centers. As you head west down the seawall, it turns into FM 3005 or Termini San Luis. Notice the Diamond Beach condos on your left. This is a beautiful luxury condo building with busy short-term rental opportunities. They offer 24-hour concierge, elevators, spa, restaurants, game room, gym, and a lazy river pool. These views are so amazing and prices are at $600 and up. As you drive west, you're going to continue to see beautiful beachfront communities like Pirates Beach West, Jamaica Beach, Sea Isle, Terramar Beach, Point West. Prices start in the $300 up to several million. I mean, really, y'all, this is the #1 reason why people move to the Gulf Coast. You immediately feel this very relaxed, chill, laid-back coastal vibe. Whether you're looking for a mansion with a beach at your back door or a cottage on a canal or a dry lot, the West End really has a lot to offer and a variety of price points. Deep sea fishing, bay fishing, kayaking, canoeing, surf fishing, seashell hunting, or like me, a relaxing day on the beach, listening to the waves crash on the shore, soft sand, and those breezes. Next, I want you to head back up FM 3005 and take in the views of the Gulf. We're going to cut back through the marsh, and as we turn onto Stewart Road, you're going to find some amazing communities on the bay side. Amazing luxury waterfront homes with boat lifts allowing you to explore the bay and beyond at your leisure. Lafitte's Cove, Spanish Grant. There's so much history to explore too. Y'all check out my videos on Galveston history if you're a history buff like I am. As we drive east on Stewart, we're headed towards the near West End, is what we call the near West End. Avia is a beautiful, timeless community with new construction with a turn-of-the-century feel. Now we're going to continue on to Midtown. You want to drive through Cedar Lawn. Art Deco, mid-century modern homes are nestled here. Sam Macio's house is at 43 Cedar Lawn and is a historically recognized mid-century modern property designed by the same architect who designed Frank Sinatra's Palm Springs estate. Now, this 6,300 square foot home is made of brick, timber, glass, and stone. I could just imagine the parties the grounds saw here. It's a beauty to see. Now, in this neighborhood, you're going to see a beautiful mix of well-built brick and stucco homes. The lots are large and the landscaping's mature. I love how the trees bow over the sun-dappled streets. Oh goodness, it's one of my favorite neighborhoods on the island for sure. You know, Galveston's only 3 miles wide and up to 32 miles long. Anywhere you are on the island, the beach is really close. Now, I want you to take a drive down 25th Street or Rosenberg. Take a cruise downtown, turn around, and come back to the seawall. This is another favorite area of mine. This is the main thoroughfare through the Silk Stocking District. Now, this district in Galveston is comprised of homes primarily built in the 1870s. Now, the name of this district refers to the wealth of the people who lived here. Certainly, they must have been able to afford to purchase beautiful silk stockings. Next, we're going to head on over to the East End. You really need to meander through these streets. So many beautiful neighborhoods. Check out the tree sculptures, the historic markers. Take a tour of the Bishop's Palace, my favorite residence on the island. It is so worth the tour. You might want to stop and see the Ashton Villa, the Moody Mansion, the Menard House. Check out the churches too. I know I say this a lot, but the history on the island is so rich and the people steadfast in their religion. Some of the most beautiful churches can be found right here on the island. Sacred Heart, St. Mary's Cathedral Basilica, St. Patrick's, the 1859 St. Joseph's Church, the First Synagogue Congregation B'nai Israel, and the first black church in Galveston, Reedy Chapel AME Church. The cemeteries here I find so interesting. It shows the history of the city. The cemeteries here are nationally recognized too. If you're like me, I have to stop and walk through a cemetery in every city we visit. Now we're on our way over to the East End. The East End is adjacent to downtown and is Galveston's very first residential neighborhood. This is another favorite area of mine. I just love the architecture. The East End Historic District is when the old world charm. This district is also designated as a National Historic Landmark and was added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1976. Now you're going to love seeing these streets. They're going to feature an array of architectural styles, eclectic dining spots, and entertainment. University of Texas Medical Branch on the East End, right here along in the historic East End District. Now, the story behind this neighborhood with its impressive array of Victorian homes is that in 1885, there was this devastating fire, and y'all, it swept through a large portion of the city. Now, the East End's tight grid pattern, it really slowed firefighting efforts in the area. Well, it was just totally disseminated. Famous architects like my favorite architect, Nicholas Clayton and Alfred Mueller and George Stowe, well, they all stepped up to lead the reconstruction, designing these beautiful, elegant Victorian homes that we see in the historic district today. So when you look at the tax rolls, there's a good number of homes showing built after 1885, and that was due to these fires. Have I mentioned how much I love the history of this island? I know, almost as much as the food. When you walk through these areas, beautiful landscaping, brightly colored, tropical themed homes, I gotta tell you, it's really a lovely way to spend your day in Galveston, really any day of the week. Now, I really encourage you to take the self-guided tree tour in Galveston. This is all along the East End, and it's so amazing. Now, this is what they've done. Many years after Hurricane Ike, local sculpture artists gave a second life to what Mother Nature was really trying to destroy. All these beautiful trees were dead, and these wonderful sculptures have replaced the majestic trees that once lined the streets and shaded many of the houses on these East End neighborhoods. History tells us that September 13, 2008, Hurricane Ike covered most of Galveston Island with this unbelievable tidal surge. The damaging combination of the waves and winds, well, it just uprooted many of the city's trees and ultimately was the demise of many thousands more. These whimsical tree sculptures have replaced those trees that once lined many of these streets, and they can be found at homes throughout the island, with a large portion of them concentrated on the East End. For more information on these self-guided tours, please visit galveston.com. Sculpture tour in Galveston for addresses and more information. So I really want you to meander the East End and be careful of the one-way streets and the golf carts. Proceed a little further to find the historic Strand District and Harborside. The Strand, or the historic district in the late 1800s, was dubbed the Wall Street of the Southwest. Now, this was a very bougie area, very opulent, beautiful Victorian buildings with banks and wholesale houses and grocers and liquor and cigar dealers and merchants and cotton factors. They had insurance companies, and if you can believe this, they had 8 newspapers on the islands, printers, dry goods companies, auction houses, brothels, saloons, and sailors' boarding houses. Galveston was one of the richest cities in the world per capita. Before the end of the century, the Strand was not only the financial heartthrob of Galveston and Texas, but really much of the Southwest United States. Today, the beautiful historic Strand with its turn-of-the-century buildings refitted to luxurious condos, some on upper levels and lower levels. You'll see retail of beautiful restaurants, shops, galleries, and boutiques. There is so much to see on the historic Strand. I just love coming down here and being a tourist for the day. Oh, we did this all the time as kids growing up in my parents' station wagon or with the grandparents. You really need to check out, just go over the ferry to Bolivar. It's a short trip in your car. You just ride your car on or park and walk on. It's free, and it's a great opportunity to see the ships coming into the port and the dolphins playfully prancing in the waves. You'll see your fair share of pelicans and all types of shorebirds. Whether it's for cocktails or dinner or a girls' day for a fun lunch, brunch, dinner, or maybe just some fun shopping on the historic Strand, I really love this area. It has something for everyone. I love the antique shops, the art galleries, the unique women's boutiques. I love the Naked Mermaid, Tina's on the Strand, District Rags, St. John's Antiques. They're just a few of my many, many favorites. I love Milagro. There is so much to do. Does this make you want to buy a home here and live like you're on vacation every day yet? There is so much to do in this beautiful town. And if you're really adventurous, you can go kayaking, jet skiing. Hey, take a helicopter ride or an airplane ride. The Dolphin Bay Watch tours are really fun on the harbor. There's really so much to do in Galveston. If you're looking to get out of the sun for a few minutes, take the self-guided tour at the Grand 1894 Opera House. Have a cocktail at the Tremont on the rooftop deck. The panoramic views are stunning year-round. Now that we're on Harborside, everybody knows that Galveston has beaches, but did you know we have 2 cruise port terminals with 2 more in the works? That's right, we've got cruise ships cruising out of Galveston all over the Caribbean and beyond, ready for you. Don't miss some of the freshest seafood around at Katie's Seafood House at Pier 19, or for a great Monday through Friday, 11 to 7, food and cocktail happy hour, don't miss Willie G's at Pier 21. While you're there, check out the USS Texas battleship and dry dock, or the beautiful 1877 Alyssa. Did you know that most people will stay a couple of days before or a couple of days after their cruise just to explore our beautiful Oleander City? If you're thinking about retiring, or maybe you just want to have a second home, maybe when you're not using it, you'd like to rent it out to help you absorb some of the mortgage costs. Reach out to us, give us a call. Let us help you find your Gulf Coast dream home. I have a short-term rental and I like turnkey management. So you really just have to get your check in your mailbox every month. No bookings to worry about, no laundry to be concerned with, no scheduling for cleaning. I hope you've enjoyed this day tour of meandering through the Oleander City, my Galveston. I love all of Galveston Bay, but Galveston is really special to so many of us. She's rich in history. She's beautiful with so many things for all of us to do, young and old. Museums, entertainment, Moody Gardens, Pleasure Pier, or Schlitterbahn. Shopping, cruising, theater, concerts, fine to casual dining, indoor or outdoor. I hope you'll fall in love with Galveston like I have. Go ahead, smash that subscribe button, click that little bell, and you'll see more content just like this. Y'all, we're trying to double our numbers, and your support would mean the world to me. If you have any questions, reach out to me or my team. give us a call. We're here to help you make your move a smooth one. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.